Okay, team. So, what I'm going to do, I want to set the tone for tonight and what's coming next. As you all know, we are about to start a 90-day blitz on January the 5th. And the goal of the blitz is really, really simple. It's get as many people as possible in front of information. Presentations, opportunity calls, demos of the platform, videos followed by conversations, three ways. Okay, but before we talk tactics, I want to like really address something very, very important to all of you. A lot of us feel like we're working, okay, because we come on these training calls, we hop on discovery calls to be supportive, we're showing up on the Zooms, but the truth is, training without action, it's all just complete noise. Okay, sitting on an opportunity call without prospects is not productive use of your time through the blitz. So during the 90 days, I really don't want any of you to be busy. Okay, I really, really want you to check in with yourself. And I want to make sure that you are being really productive every single day. So, what productive means is getting prospects onto daily opportunity discovery calls. You'll find them in the calendar. Jumping on Zoom yourself to demonstrate the travel platform, or demo the pay plan, whatever it is, or sharing a video so they can see some information and then getting them on with your upline, getting them involved to help finish presentations and help close. Okay, because the business really is that simple. That is what's called being productive. Basically, at the end of the day, the more people that you expose to information, the more results that you're going to get. And that's it. There is absolutely no magic trick behind it. And every single day, I really, really want you to find a way to track. What I mean by tracking is take note of how many people did I expose to information today. Tracking really, really matters, okay? Because whatever you track is going to grow. Now, here is the bit that most of you skip, okay? And it's why your kind of results take a little bit longer than maybe you wanted to. To get people in front of information, guys, you actually need to speak to people every single day. Remember, network marketing is a relationship business. So that means every day you need to be connecting, building trust, and then inviting them to see some information. This is not about pitching strangers. It's not about spammy copy and paste messages. It's real conversations. Okay. And none of you can do that if you do not have a proper list. You have got to have a contact list. Okay. So, first of all, I want to ask you, have you started your list yet? Okay. If you haven't, you need to start and get a list together. Please, please do not wing these 90 days. We have got to be intentional. It's not about random messages here and there. It's not about, oh, I think I spoke to him last week. Let me check. Okay, you cannot rely on your memory only. So I want every single one of you to have a written contact list. So note this down. Hopefully, you've all got a pen and paper or somewhere you can jot something down. We're not going to start the list right now. Okay, hopefully, you've started one or you're going to do this during your preparation. I want you to start thinking just off the top of your head and write them down, family members, friends. I then want you to go through your phone book, okay? And then have a look at your social media. Social media, personally, it's much quicker. I just print out my Facebook friends list or your Instagram one if you can. I'll find a way to get that done as well. Now, here though is where tonight's call's coming in. What we're going to do is we're going to build what we call 100 open conversation list. Now, this is why I want you to listen in and understand this properly. 100 open conversation list and growing. Okay, that's not 100 people that you're pitching, not 100 people that you're just offering the business to straight away. It's not 100 people that you're inviting to look at the business yet. Okay, it's 100 people that you are actively connecting with. Okay, and here's how it works. You literally start conversations, simple ones. Okay, nothing fancy. I want you to pretend that you haven't even got a business, an opportunity, a product, a service. You haven't got any of those things to offer them. Okay, just pretend that you haven't. All you're doing is connecting with people. And these connections and these relationships, yeah, they might turn into people joining your team. They might turn into people, buying a Travel Advantage membership, they might turn into people that you just connect with and are inspired by, and they may serve you in your life at some point in the future. And it's as simple as, hey, how are you? It's been a while. Gosh, I realized we've never actually spoken before. How do we connect? Hey, Mary, just catching up. How's life? Hi. That is literally it. Okay. Now, anyone that replies to you, okay, means that they can now go on to what's called your 100 open conversation list, because those are people that are willing to have a back and forth conversation with you. So if I message Mary, hey, Mary, how are you? And she doesn't reply. And a couple of days later, hey, Mary, maybe you missed my message. She's seen it. She doesn't reply. Mary is not going on my 100 open conversation list. But if I'm like, hey, Mary, she says, hey, Laura, how are you? And I go, yeah, I'm great, thanks. What's going on in your life? Blah, blah, blah. She's now going onto my 100 open conversation list. That's not somebody that said they're going to join the business. I've asked about it. It is just creating a list of people that are open to converse with us. Okay, because these are people that you're going to reconnect with. They're people that, you'll learn where they're at in their lives. They're people you're going to build rapport with, people you'll grow trust with. And later, not tonight, you're going to be able to invite them to have a look at our opportunity or our service. Okay, some are then going to say yes, some will say not now, some will go quiet, and that's normal and that's okay. Now, of course, if somebody repeatedly ignores you, they don't stay on your open list. We need to replace those people. So we have continuously got at least 100 open conversations going on. And that does not mean, before any of you get overwhelmed, that you have to talk to 100 people a day. It means that we open up a list of at least 100 people, and that list will grow maybe into the thousands for some of you, that on any given day, if I've got an hour of intentional work, I can look back at that list and I can continue my conversation, growing that trust. I maybe am at a point I could ask them if they're open to look at the business. Maybe there's somebody I'm following up because I've shared some information, but it's an open conversation list that will grow and grow and grow. If you do not have 100 people that you could just go and start conversing with, this is where it needs to start, okay? And we will replace those that go dead on us. So our list always stays 100 over, and the list will grow and grow and grow. And then you can break that list down afterwards. I have a list of who I've sent info to. I have a list of the people then that have joined me, and so on. But this is our basic business list, okay? And remember, most people won't say yes on day one. You'll be revisiting this list over and over and over and over again. So by the end of the 90 days, you're going to get in such a routine, okay, with your list of how you're going to do it. Mine is literally on it's a notepad with highlighter pens. That's it. Have a spreadsheet, whatever you want, but don't take too much time in organizing and planning. Just keep adding to it. Okay, so today I want you to pretend you don't have a business. Okay, today's role is not about pitching, it's not about inviting. All we're going to be doing is opening up conversations, getting seen, letting them know that you're alive, that you're there, that you're going to connect. Whenever you message people, it means they might check out what you've got on your social media. Okay, we're rebuilding connections, ready, so you're a step ahead of everyone else that doesn't prepare this before we kickstart our blitz properly on Monday, the 5th of January, which I'm really, really excited about. Okay. So I just want you to do those connections. So we're going to do this properly. We're going to build this right and make sure you've got lots of clarity. And the next 90 days, you're going to see what an absolute game changer it is for you, making sure that you've got this ready. Now, some of you might have done it last year with us, and some of you didn't. We did 100 conversation training with Eric Worre. As many of you know, he is a master in network marketing, and he did a 3-day workshop on the 100 conversation list. Now, the first hour was more or less what I just spoke to you about there, but over an hour, and there was some selling and stuff in between. So I've kind of scrapped that first hour because we're not here to train, we're here to take action. His second day was focused on opening those conversations for an hour with him prompting of what to do, so you don't overthink it. That's what we're going to watch him do today. Don't let it distract you too much, but listen and don't think, oh, that doesn't sound like me, or I don't want to do that. Just be coachable. And tomorrow is when we're going to then do more of that, but continue those conversations. So remember today that if you're sending messages, starter conversations to people, this hour now is not to reply to anybody. Please listen really carefully. If you send out 3 or 4 messages and those people reply, you do not reply to them during this next hour. Make me that promise, okay? They can wait. You might have said, hey, how are you, Mary? Okay. And 10 minutes later, you're sending more starter conversations and Mary's replied. It's okay. You can reply to her when this hour is finished. Oh, sorry, Mary, I got distracted. The cooker was on. Sorry, I got distracted. I was on a team call. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm just getting back to you now. Do not get reactive to have to reply, because this is when you will not build that 100 list. So part of the 90 days is being intentional. When we're doing a task, we're only focused on that task. Yeah, we're not focused on anything else. So what we need to do is listen to Eric now. I'm going to play it and we're just going to get going with it. Okay, so let me just share my screen and bring it up for everybody. Share the sound. Let me find it. Where are we? Okay, let me open that up. And who can I see on my screen? Nicola Powell, give me a quick thumbs up if you can hear this when I share it.
Your brain. Number 2,
Clearly?
don't need to argue with all this stuff, right? And be a good.
Now, Laura, sound's gone again.
Okay.
Need to do as you're told. Even if it's just saying hello. Okay? So if you have not updated the conversations that you've already had, go into the dashboard right now and update the conversations that you've already had and put that into that counter, because we're going to be doing that about every 10 minutes. Okay? Ready to go? All right, so we're 7 minutes after. So we're going to go until 12:07 Pacific time. All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. Just start saying hello. Just start saying hello on any platform you want. And I want you to rotate between platforms. It could be WhatsApp, and then do that for a little bit. Then go over to a DM on Facebook and do that for a little bit. And then go over to DM on Instagram and do that for a little bit. And then go to email if you want to. Do that for a little bit. Right? And if the counter's having issue, either refresh or don't stress about it. It's not about that. What it's about is you actually getting into conversation with people. So remember, as you're doing this, okay, And I want to see you doing it. I can see those of you who are like taking notes and those of you who are already working. I want you to already be working. Make sure you got a charger next to you. The conversations should be happening at a pace of at least 5 an hour. Where's the counter? It should be at the top of your dashboard. Show them again on the dashboard where the counter is. Just say hi. I mean, I'm going to give you lots of different ways that you can start conversations today, but just say hi. You see the dashboard? Yes. Is that the dashboard? Okay. I don't know where that's underneath the replay. So it's either at the top there, you click the button, or it's underneath the replay, you'll find the dashboard. And if there's an error, just reset, whatever. 5 an hour. Don't wait for a reply before it counts. You start the conversation. That's what counts. We'll start asking you how many have responded to you in about 15 minutes. So don't worry about that. Okay? Just start the conversation. And remember, forget you have a product. Forget you have a business. Today is not about educating people about your product or your business. It's building a connection, building trust, building communication between you and your prospects. Just take this next hour and focus on starting the conversations. Don't worry about getting into replies right now. They can wait an hour before you start replying. That's the magic of this. It's not a phone call. You can just start here. If you can't find the counter, don't worry about it. Don't get stuck in the weeds, people. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Here's what matters. Starting conversations. Okay? And here's what I'd like you to do for now. Every time you start 5 conversations, I'd like you to throw a 5 new ones. I'd like you to throw a 5 into the chat. If you've already started 5, Nico's already started at least 5. And every time you add 5, if you get to 10, then throw a 10 in there. If you get to 15, throw a 15 in there. If you get a 20, throw a 20 in there. Okay? If they don't reply, don't worry about it. It counts as a conversation. You're starting. This is like tennis. We're hitting the ball over the net to them. Some of them are going to respond. Some of them are not going to respond. Some of them are going to miss the ball. Some of them are not even going to see it. Some of them are going to just totally ghost you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? Repeat after me mentally. It doesn't matter. I want to see your lips moving. It doesn't matter. Say it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they like it. It doesn't matter if they don't. It doesn't matter if they respond. It doesn't matter if they say yes or they say no. It doesn't matter if they ghost you. It doesn't matter if it's a wrong number. Okay? And Diana, you're saying, please let you focus. Listen, you're going to have to learn how to send messages while I'm talking because I'm going to be talking for an hour. Okay? So you're going to have to learn how to focus and keep doing this while I'm talking. And don't tell me you can't multitask because you can. Especially as a woman, you could do 15 things at one time. Us guys, we're simple creatures. We have to like turn one part of our brain off to turn another part of our brain on. But ladies, You can't tell me you can't be listening to this in one ear and be doing something over here on your phone, because you can't. Okay? So keep throwing these in. Now, if it was me, let me tell you what I would do. I would start with A, and every person that has the ability to be a customer or prospect eventually, if they're in my phone and they're still alive, I'm going to send them a message. I'm just going to start with my phone, and I'm going to start with A. And you're not going to get throttled here. Okay? They won't shut you down for sending a text message, like Facebook will or Instagram will if you just cut and paste too much. So just say hello. How are you? What would you say to this person if you didn't have a product or an opportunity? If they're your friend, say what you would say to that friend. Okay? Start with A and do not stop until you're done with Z. Do not stop until you're done with Z. That is your assignment. And I love seeing the numbers pop up here, which is fantastic. About every 15 minutes, we're going to have you go in to the dashboard if you can find the counter and throw your number into the counter so we can see how many we're going to have. I want to blast past. Come on, Amanda. I'm seeing you look at me. You're not looking at your posts. Come on. Get back at it. Get back at it. So just keep going. If you don't have many contacts in your phone, Nina, come on. You have a lot of contacts in your phone. And if you don't, you have a lot of them on social. And if you don't, I mean, come on. You cannot tell me. If I'm sitting there with you, we can find a lot of people to start a conversation with. Let go of your limiting beliefs, turn your brain off, and hit it. So, how to engage in these conversations? First of all, your default should be just to say hello. Hi, how you doing? Now, it could be hello if you're scared to death and you don't know what to do. Right? Hi! Exclamation point. Or throw a little emoji in there. A little wavy sign. Hey, what's up? What would you say to that actual person if you had no business? They're in your phone for a reason. What's new? I haven't talked to you for forever. Take an extra 4 seconds and type something that applies just to them. Okay? GoProPromoter.com. Refuse the connection. Well, never mind. Take a few extra seconds and do that. I'm seeing lots of 5s and 10s and 15s. Keep going. Keep going. Johnny's got 153. Let's go, Johnny. Now, group messages don't count. If you go just like do one big, huge group chat, that's not going to build a relationship. It's not going to build rapport. It's going to feel very spammy. You're going to have a big number, but it's not going to do what you think it's going to do. Don't start a big group WhatsApp. Don't start a big group Telegram. Just individual messages. So let me give you some additional conversation starters in addition to hello. You know, if some of you who out there is single, put single in the chat if you're single. Quite a few single people. You want to know what the best pickup line is in the history of the world? I can give you the best pickup line. Works for guys and girls. You ready? You know what it is? Hi. That's the best pickup line in the history of all mankind. Hi. Hi, my name is Amanda. My name is Michael. My name is Leanne. What's your name? Hi. The best pickup line in the history of the world. It's worked more than any other line. Do you come here often? Bullshit line. Hi. Nice to meet you. My name's Gav. What's your name? And just take it from there. There's either going to be something or there's not. How you doing? If you know they have kids, take a moment and look at their profile page. See what's happening in their life and comment on that thing. Okay? So how many are you up to now total? Marina knows I'm not hitting on anybody. But guess what worked with me and Marina? Hi. My name's Eric. What's your name? Marina, nice to meet you. And then the conversation started. And guess whose job it was to keep that conversation freaking going? This guy. I had to keep the conversation going. And she said no like 200 times. Just so you know. We went on our first date. I thought it was a first date. It wasn't really a first date. I was in Moscow doing a training. And I asked her the last night, would you take me to Red Square? Have a driver take me to Red Square because she was acting as a translator. And we had a lot of conversation over the course of 3 days. Would you take me to Red Square? Because I'd love to see it. I haven't seen it. Snow's falling. People are ice skating. It's beautiful there. Walking around, taking pictures. I went in for a kiss, and she gave me the forehead. She just went, boop. Like, shit. But guess what I did? I kept the conversation going. I made her laugh. I built rapport. I built trust. Over time, I kept the conversation going. And that's what you're going to be doing. We're just starting it now. We're just starting a conversation. I'm seeing some 30s, some 20s, some 17s. How many you got going? I mean, we've been going for 21 minutes. We've been going for 14 minutes. If you can do, how many can you do in an hour? Chester, why do you have 0? What is going on? You're in the VIP group and you have 0 conversations. What is happening? Put in the chat, Chester, why do you have 0? I need to know. You don't know. I asked you to turn your brain off, Chester. I asked you to just follow instructions. Be a good employee. Pick somebody from your phone at random and text them hello. And as soon as you're done doing that, I want you to post in the comment, done. Go, Chester. Come on. This is the business we have chosen. You cannot help people if they don't know what you have. If you don't build conversation, you don't build trust, you cannot. You're done. You need to go find something else to do if you're not going to be having conversation with them. I'm waiting for you, Chester. Tell me when it's done. Come on. Poda Johnson has 85 in the last 14 minutes or whatever it's been. Done. Chester, let's go, baby. Now go do another one. Pick another. I don't care. Pick a letter. What's your favorite letter? Find a person with that letter and say hello. Go, 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 go. Now, listen, Livia, the message. Thanks for following. I hope you find the content I create useful, both about natural products and aloe vera, but also about health in general. If you're interested in these topics or others, don't hesitate to write me. Thank you. Livia, with all the love I have in my heart, you are not following instructions. You are selling. I asked you not to sell. I asked you not to pitch. I asked you to only have conversations. Do not pretend you don't have a business. Okay? Forget you have a business or a product. Build rapport, build a relationship. Okay? I have 0 because I'm doing makeup for a wedding, but I'm listening in my ear pod and we'll rewatch and do everything later today. Fantastic, Mira. Wonderful. But just make sure you do it today. Livia, don't be sorry. We're all course correcting. We're doing this together. So Hodger has 6 on Instagram, 12 on Messenger, 1 in WhatsApp, 2 in Viber. Fantastic. That's 18, 20, 21. Let's get this 100 done. Go, 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 go. So let me give you some conversation starters. As you're doing this, okay, you can say hello. Pauline over here has 90. Congratulations. Well done. So, number 1 is to compliment. Find something that you can compliment a person on that you know. Just send them a random compliment. I just want to know I admire how you raise your kids. I just want to know how impressed I am with what you do as a single mom. I just want you to know that I saw that profile picture and I just think you look amazing. I saw you got a haircut and it's spectacular. I see you're an entrepreneur and I'm an entrepreneur too. You know what I mean? Compliment them. Looks like you lost some weight. Did you lose some weight? You got your hair color done? Fantastic. I think it looks amazing. Compliment them. Maybe even compliment and ask them a question. Now we got 55s, 75s, 45s, 25s, 60s, 30s. 11 conversations on Facebook. Be careful, Sherry. If you go straight, too many conversations on Facebook in a row, they're going to throttle you and they're going to suspend your account for 24 hours. So you got to do like 10 is about the max, especially if you're cutting and pasting. And then move to a different platform and go on a different platform, text or whatever. Then you can come back in like 30 minutes or something, do another 10. But don't stack them too much on the social platforms because it looks like you're spamming. So get out of there. So compliment. How many of you can guess how enjoyable it's going to be if you compliment 100 people today, randomly? When was the last time you got a compliment without somebody asking you for something? When was the last time? Can anybody remember? The last time you just got a random compliment without somebody? A few of you got one today. How many of you, it's been a long time since you got a compliment without somebody asking you for something? Put a 5 in the chat. If it's been a long time. You literally have the capability of making somebody's day. Do you understand that? Do you understand that, Scott? You could just compliment people all day long and make their day, make them feel better about themselves, better about their lives, better about their choices, better about their decisions, better about how they've lived their life, better about their relationships with people, better about how they show up in the world. You can even compliment a negative person. Did you know that? How do you do that? You could say, you know what? A lot of people get tricked by cheap marketers or cheap talk, but you're not one of those people. You see through all this other stuff that other people don't see. You can find the flaw in everything. And I just think that's amazing that you can find that. How many people can you compliment today? Could you compliment 100 people? Of course you could. Find something. Some people say, well, I don't even know who this person is in my Facebook. Then what would you say? Guess what? We're friends on Facebook, but I can't remember why. How did we connect in the first place? Ask them. Oh, I think we connected this way. Oh, fantastic. How's life? How's it going? Because I keep seeing your picture and I keep seeing this stuff and I keep being confused. So I just thought I'd ask. I wouldn't connect on their posts. This is DMs. This is text messages. This is emails. This is calls. This is one-on-one. More than commenting on their posts. That'll come later. Okay? Louise has 100 already. Keep going, Louise. Louise Buggy, well done. Has 100 already. So now we are 25 minutes in. How many do you have now? Approximately. Just guess. Holly has 105. Joe has 95, 70, 89. What do we have on our counter? If you haven't updated it on the counter, and you can, it's not buggy on you, on our tracker. And Anders has about 50, 25. We got about 25,000. It keeps updating. Go ahead and update your progress. 11, even working your day job, Joyce. Well done. 56, Slobodan. Well done. Stephanie, 24. Hey, you got to have your kids teach you how to text faster. Your kids would smash you in this challenge. They're so fast. 16. How many of you already in the first 25 minutes have people responding to you already? Put a 5 in the chat if you have people responding to you already. You don't need to respond to them. Just let them be for right now. We got another 30 minutes to see how many conversations we can get going. So, second way that you can start conversations. So one is just hello. Second one is a compliment. Right? Third one is common ground. Hey, I see you're interested in this. I'm interested in this too. So I just thought I'd connect and say hi. I see you're a single mom. I'm a single mom too. Whatever. I see you have this passion. How do you know if they reacted, replied, or responded? Just look. It's real easy. You open up your SMS and you're just like, oh, here's all the blue dots. That's called a response. If you go into your Facebook Messenger or you go into your Instagram, all the ones that are dark, those are our responses. If you go into Facebook Messenger, all the ones that are dark, those are responses. Pretty simple, huh? If you go into WhatsApp, it'll show you how many of those are responses that have little green dots next to them. Lindsay's got 100. Way to go. If you go into Telegram, it's going to have little green, it's going to have little blue things next to them. It's going to show that that's a response. Louise Buggy has 120. Chip has 76. We've been going in 30 minutes. How many of you have more conversations now? You started more conversations the last 30 minutes than you have in the last 30 days. Put a 1 in the chat. Is this hard or easy? This is not hard. Can you teach this? Can you have a Zoom with every single person on your team and do the same thing for 1 hour once a month? With every single person on your team? And load the month up? Have a power hour with them? Load the month up? So common ground is a second conversation starter. A third one is observations. I couldn't help but notice that you are really good at this, or really good at that, or I couldn't help but notice that you're into fashion, or I couldn't help but notice that your hair is spectacular, or I couldn't help but notice that you live in the same town, or I couldn't help but notice that you just seem to be a spectacular mom or a spectacular dad. I couldn't help but notice that you're an entrepreneur. So I just thought I'd say hello because I'm an entrepreneur too, and sometimes it's a little bit of a lonely business. So that's a third conversation starter. Here's a fourth one. Current events. You could talk about current events. Keep going while I'm talking about this. Don't need to listen to me. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's quantity. It's not quality, it's quantity. You have a brick in your stomach, Stacy. Why? Tell me. Put in the chat. Why do you have a brick in your stomach? This is a conversation with somebody that you know that has nothing to do with your business. It has nothing to do with your product. Why do you have a brick in your stomach? Just frozen up on what to say. What would you say to this person, Stacy? Pick a person and what would you say to them? Just say that. You could literally put an emoji and don't say anything. You could put a fire emoji and send a fire emoji. Matter of fact, let me give you an assignment right now. I want you to send a fire emoji to 10 people. And nothing else. Just a fire emoji. Okay? Put a 10 in the chat if you're going to do that. I just want you to put a fire emoji into 10 conversations and nothing else. And people are going to send back like a question mark, like, what the heck? And then you could respond back, I just think you're fire. That's all. I just think you're awesome. That's all. Hope you're having a great day. So if you don't know what to say, just, hey, pick an emoji. Just be careful on some of them. You know, maybe avoid the eggplant as a starter. Hey, we could have fun, right? These emojis get a little bit nuts, but you could throw some fire out there, right? So current events. Have you heard about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about the kids going back to school? How's the weather where you're at? It's scorching hot in Las Vegas. What's it like in Chicago? Because I'm jealous. Natalia, you need to be typing, not just looking. Yes, you, Natalia. Come on, woman. Are you typing? Put in the chat. Are you typing? Are you messaging? Nod or shake your head, because I can see you. Nod or shake your head. Which one? Yes? All right, good. Good. Because you got this, woman. 10 fire emojis. Hey, you could put a question mark and send a question mark to 10 people just for fun. Matter of fact, do that. Pick 10 people. You're not going to run out of humans. There's 8 billion humans. Do 10 question marks to 10 different people. If you're willing to do that, put a 10 in the chat. 10 question marks. And you're like, why would I put 10 question marks? Because people are going to go, what the heck? What's with the question mark? And say, oh, sorry, I was just wondering how you're doing. I was thinking about you. Literally. You could put 10 question marks. Yeah. Pick 10 different people, Ashima, not 10 to 1. Like if you put 10 question marks and then now you got a little bit more explaining to do for one person, but just put a simple question mark. How we doing on numbers? We're now 35 minutes in. What's your total numbers approximately? How we doing? Jesse's got 155, 70, 10. Teresia, come on. You could do better than 10. Your thumbs work better than that. 15, 7. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Just breathe and get out of your head. If I told you you had to do 100 conversations in an hour for your job or you're fired, you would start 100 conversations, but you are stuck in your head. If you have 7 conversations in 35 minutes, you are stuck in your head. I don't want you stuck in your head. Only good things are going to happen. You're either going to get good responses from all of this, and tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to keep the conversation going, how to build rapport, what to do with all of these. For now, we're just going to start. La Vista already has 200 hellos done, 10 fires and 10 question marks, 72 responses so far. 72 responses. What do you think is going to happen to La Vista's business? Good things. Good things. All right, now I want you to do a different message. I want you to send 10 quick voice messages. Do you know how to send a voice message? Via text or via DM or on any platform? Send 10 voice messages and just saying, hey, I just wanted to say hi. I hope you're having a great day. If you're willing to do that, put a 10 in the chat. Chip just hit 100. Lori's got 120. Put a 10 in the chat if you're willing to do that. Do that right now. Pick a person at random, and I want to see your lips moving. You might have to mute me while you're doing it, so they don't hear me talking in the background. Sorry. Jennifer knows what I'm talking about. But just send 10 quick messages. Just say, hey, I saw your face, and I just thought I'd send you a quick text message and hope you're having a great day. And if you're using your phone right now and you can't right now you do it immediately after. But make a note to send at least 10 voice messages today. They can be 5 seconds long, 3 seconds long. Just for fun. Okay? In a text, in a DM, in WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, anywhere. Who feels stuck right now? Who feels stuck? Put a 5 in the chat if you feel stuck. Okay, why? Why do you feel stuck? This is a very, very important answer to this question. Dig deep and think about, why are you stuck? You're overthinking it. I told you to stop thinking. Get out of your head. Don't think, just do. You feel like you've run out of people. You haven't even come close, Serena. Go to your social media. Go to every follower you have on Instagram. Go to every follower or friend that you have on Facebook. Go to every friend that you have on TikTok. Fear of what? You're either going to get leverage or you're going to learn something. You're skipping people. Don't skip. Say hi to especially say hi to, let's do this. Your head stuck. Get out of your head. So many no's. How did they say no to a conversation? They can say no to your product. They can say no to your opportunity, but so many no's. Angel, who's saying no to hello? Hi, no. Doesn't even make sense. How's your day? No. You meant the opportunity. I told you don't talk about the opportunity. If you don't know how to voice message, you need to go on YouTube and you need to YouTube, how do I send a voice message on a platform? And it'll teach you. Just play around with that. Lois has 5. Lois, why is it only 5? We've had 41 minutes, 39 minutes. Why just 5? What is scaring you? What is scaring you? Please be honest with me. Let me help you. What is scaring you about starting a conversation with a person that you're actually connected to in real life? You literally just started over, only have a few friends on social media. Should I just message random people? How many people do you have on your phone, Megan Singleton? I want you to look and give me the honest answer. How many people are actually in your phone right now? How many, Megan? Why are you scared? Nicole has 700. Why are you scared? What is scaring you? You have 40 in your phone. Well, hit those 40 in your phone. All 40. Say hello to all 40. Yeah, you can mute me because the voice is going through your voice messages. Mute me while you're doing the voice messages. That's fine. I totally get it. George Shaw has 1,800 on his phone, right? Fear of ignoring or getting ghosted. Who cares? Do you learn more from the bad experiences of doing this or the good experiences of doing this? You're going to learn more from the bad, right? So you just need to have more experiences. How we doing on our counter? If you haven't updated your dashboard, update your dashboard with how many you have right now. Just take 60 seconds and update. We're at 35,000. Just update right now. It's updating in real time. If you can reach that page, some people can, some people can't for some reason. It's underneath the replay, or you can click on the button at the top. Upgrade the conversations. If we don't have 100,000 conversations in the next 15 minutes, I'm just going to lose my mind. Counter's not working for some. Some people can't add the conversations in the dashboard. I don't know why. That's on us. Tech team, we got to get that fixed. We broke it. Maybe we broke it. That's okay. Forget about the counter right now. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, you can't. We've got another 24 hours to be able to do that. But there's no good experiences. There's no bad experiences. There's just learning experiences. Firefox is blocking it. Maybe switch browsers. Try that. The counter's down. So Yosef has 10 so far. Why just 10? Why just 10? Tell me, Yosef. Why just 10? You're slow? You're not that slow. It doesn't take you 5 minutes to say hi to a person. It just doesn't. You are stuck in your head. Get out of your head. Just breathe and follow instructions. The counter box says the string does not match the pattern. So we've got some sort of tech issue there, so don't worry about it. We'll see if we can get it updated by tomorrow. More like 15? Fantastic, Yosef. 15's better than 10, but it's not as good as 100. Let's go. Let's go. We've got 17 minutes left. Who's already hit 100? Put 100 plus in the chat if you've already hit 100. Come on, let me see. Don't worry about replies. We're going to hit all that tomorrow. How to stay in conversation with them, how to build rapport, how to do all that stuff. Lot of 100 pluses. Let me see on the GA side. Let me see. Hand it to me, babe. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I will in a second. So I'm going to go through. Just take a moment and jot these down. Okay. Ready? Conversation starters outside of just hello or emojis. Then there's compliment, common ground, observation, and current events. Take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of those four so you remember. Let me give you four more. There's shared experiences, opinion seekers. I'm curious to get your opinion on something. Or I just tried such and such an experience. Have you ever done something like that? You can ask them a question. Or praise them for an accomplishment. It's kind of like a compliment. I see you recently accomplished this. You just graduated. You just had a baby. Whatever. Just got married. Mutual connection. I see we both have a mutual friend. How do you know them? Because if you're a friend of that person, that means that you and I should probably be friends because I love that person. I think they're amazing. Start the conversation, right? So take pictures. So many replies are giving you anxiety, leaving them teaching me patience. You've only left them for 30 minutes. You could spend the rest of the day responding. Go back to the first 4 conversation starters. Be ready to take a screenshot. Here's the first 4 conversation starters. Ready? Compliment, common ground, observations, and current events. Second 4 conversation starters. Shared experiences, opinion seekers, praise for an accomplishment, or mutual connection. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. And don't overthink this stuff. Just go. You got this. I'll give you 4 more conversation starters. Chip Pinard is 150. Awesome. Kaboom, he says. Number 9, offer help or assistance. I noticed that you blank. Do you need any help with that? Offer help. Book or a movie recommendation. I just finished reading or watching this. Have you read or watched it? What do you think? Or I'm looking for a new book, or I'm looking for a new show to watch. Do you have any recommendations? People love answering questions like that. Ask for food or drink recommendations. I'm trying to decide where to eat or what to drink. You have any recommendations? What's your go-to? Or a factual question. I was wondering about something. Do you know anything about it? These are just ideas. But again, don't get stuck in the dogma of this. Just decide that you're going to keep going. Some of them are calling. If they're calling, just say, hey, I'll get back to you soon. I'm right in the middle of something. I'll get back to you real quick. These are pretty simple, right? Is this something that you could teach every single person on your team? Now, I want you to think about the conversations that you have started right now. Now, I want you to think about every single person on your team. How many of you, it's just you? You don't have anybody on your team. Just put me in the chat if it's just you. And can you update the chat on the regular side? If it's just you, this is your start. Welcome to network marketing. This is your start. This is where things are going to take off. This is where good things are going to happen for you. If it's just you. How many people have some people on your team? How many do you have on your team? Put that in the chat. How many people do you have on your team? Now I want you to think about that number times 100 conversations at all times. What happens to your business by Christmas? It's a big number. It's big growth. And it's not hard, right? It should be easy for you to be able to do. Now, why did I talk to you about NowSite? It's because in like
Okay, everybody. Well done. Well done. Super, super proud of everyone. Put in the chat box. How many new conversations did you have on average? Let's see if everyone can put it in. Even if it was 4, that's 4 more than maybe you normally do. So let's all be completely honest. Pop in there how many you've got. Gosh, I can see some big, big numbers in there. Incredible. Keep going. Or a rough number. 75, 35, 38, 85, 90, 20, 79, 31. Incredible, incredible. Well done, guys. Okay. So this was just about starting the conversations, which is great. Now, don't reply still. Okay. We haven't finished. Tomorrow, we're going to have a call that we're going to do basically similar, but we're going to actually know how to then lead on to the next part of the conversation. I'm going to stop record on here now and just open up for a couple of questions, just to see where everyone's at. Let me just press stop. Or should I leave the recording on, Laura? Do you think? Turn it off. Leave it on. Yeah, because people want to keep
Know what
watching.
we're going to say.
I'm just going to open up for some questions. I want to know if people are going. I'll leave the recording on. People can listen in, can't they, if they're watching it on replay? Because I'm sure it will help others. So, has anyone got any questions that they want to ask off of the back of that? First of all, well done for doing it. If anybody needs to jump off, that's great. Remember, afterwards, people replied to you. Just check in, find out what's going on in their life. Let them know how excited you are. You just been on a call, you just had a lovely Christmas with your family, you're excited for the new year because you're going all in on your new business, pique some interest. So they might say, oh, what business is that? Get into conversation, and then you can always invite them on to watch something. Now, don't overthink it, just be human, okay? Just be completely human. So if you need to jump off, do, but I think always this question part of it is great because you learn from it as well. And make sure you're on tomorrow's second half of this. I am going to put the recording in our chats and in school as well, so people can do it in their own time. Okay, so we've got a question. Laza, I don't want to appear to be ghosting anyone, so do I reply tonight? So meaning he doesn't want to appear like he's just ignoring everybody. I used to be really reactive to messages. I used to feel like as soon as somebody replied to me or sent me a message that instantly I had to reply. And it used to build up this anxiety in me to the point I would go out for dinner with my family and I maybe have sent some messages before, and then in the middle of dinner I'd be ignoring being around the dinner table because I'd have to reply. But then I realized that actually people will wait. Okay. What we have to remember is on our side and on their side, people are busy. So not everybody that you've just said hi to is reacting and answering to you straight away. They could be cooking dinner, bathing their kids. They could be at work. Sometimes people say, so-and-so's seen my message, but they've ignored me. And I'm like, that doesn't necessarily mean they've ignored you. Often my kids have my phone. So it looks like I'm online when I'm actually not with my phone in my hand. So people think I'm online. Other times I open a message and I'm doing something and I completely forget to reply. So don't always assume that you're being ignored. And the other way around, there'll be times that I send a message to somebody genuinely, just like, I don't know, hey, Laura, what you up to? Yeah. And then say Laura Husson will reply to me. I put my phone down already, got distracted, cooking dinner, doing something. And then I go back to her and go, oh gosh, I messaged you, didn't I? Blah, blah, blah. And we'll carry the conversation on. So yes, you can reply tonight. Yes, you can reply in the morning. And just say, oh, I was busy doing something. Oh, I had to jump on a call for my business. I always use things that allow me to then get into the conversation about the business. Oh, I was just going to message you, but then I had to jump on a quick call, with my travel club. I just had to jump on a quick call about something else because then that creates curiosity about what you've just said. Okay, so don't be worried about that. Okay, people are not that bothered either. Okay, they're really not that bothered. Okay, question. When I went back into my DMs, I had many non-responses from bad sales pitching from my previous company. Is there a way to return to human with that and recreate the trust? Laura, would you mind answering that question?
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, I was just listening to a little message then. Is this the one about the DMs from previous company
Yes.
things? Yes, I was, thank you, because I was reading that one. I was like, ooh, I want to say things about this. This is a massive opportunity for repair. So can you hear me okay? I'm in a really echoey room. Cool. It's a really big opportunity for repair. And actually one of the things that I love to do and I love to share with my team to do is if you've done that, and sometimes it's always with good intention, right? You did what you thought was the right thing. And it's okay to go back to those people and literally say, oh my goodness, I just read back on our past conversation. I can't actually believe how I approached you like this. Like, I would love to have a do-over. How are you? How's Christmas been? Ask them something unrelated to business and then just rebuild from there. So it's not, can I have a do-over and then pitch them? It's can we just start again and then build that connection, and then you're listening for that thing that connects them into, oh, well, look, at risk of, you know, blah, 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 whatever, and you can make a joke of it. I actually have started something new. You might really like it. I've got a video I can send you if you'd like to take a look, or there's a call tomorrow if you'd like to join, blah, blah, blah. And you can go from there. That's what I would say to that. It's always fun to have that opportunity to rebuild. So I love that you have those people.
Yeah, and it's just making a bit of fun with it, isn't it? I go back to mine and I look at, say, like past business, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that the last time we spoke was 3 years ago, and I was telling you all about this business I was doing. Well, thank goodness you didn't reply to me because it didn't end up going so well. However, now I'm just so happy because I'm in a really great place that I'm loving, doing well in. And anyway, how are you? Like that's it. You know, you told them you're in a better place with something better, but you, like Laura says, don't go into that pitch then. How are you? Do you have a nice Christmas? What's up? You know, have you got any plans for next year? And then you can come back round to the business afterwards. So this, more than anything, what we've done today is just to re-go through. What I've found as well is I've noticed as I've gone through, I've actually today what I did was just use my Facebook friends list and went through that. And there were people that I had actually sent info to ages ago. So rather than follow them up on the business, I was just like, hey, how are you? Hope you had a lovely Christmas. That's it. Once they reply to me, then I'll maybe go back to following them up on what I sent to them. Also, I'm going to let you all know something on this as well. This was something that I became aware of now as I was going through my list. I have just unfriended probably about 20 people as I went through my list. And I'll tell you the reason why. Only one of them was because it's somebody that I don't want in the business or I don't feel is fit to be with me in the business. And that's okay. They might be for somebody else. But the thing is, we get to choose who we want to work with. And this person in the past hasn't been somebody that I really align with and don't really want to work with. That's okay. Yeah. Just unfriended. Okay. Not block, anything like that. Don't hate the person. But it's just like my Facebook is my business. I also, and I don't want anybody to take this personally because I am going to be doing this more and more. I unfriended a lot of the team. My team's now in the thousands, and we only are allowed to have 5,000 Facebook friends. So for me, it's really important that those 5,000 people are prospects that I can bring into the business. Yeah. So as I go through my Facebook friends list, I will be unfriending the majority of the team. That doesn't mean we can't follow each other, because I can press follow on each other so we can still connect, we can still inspire each other, and we've still got each other's messenger box. And I really want everybody to understand this, that our platforms are a business tool. Yeah. So they're not a tool for us as a team just to be mates and be friends on. You can all have my WhatsApp number. You can all call me anytime, as you can have your own, and you can all get in contact on Messenger. We don't have to officially be friends on Facebook. The great thing with Instagram is we can follow as many people as we want back and forth. So that's great. Yeah. So I don't want anybody to be offended, but I also want it to be a lesson to all of you, because I always feel like I have to be nice to accept everybody's friend requests in the team, or I just need to friend them all. And even sidelines, I went through about 6 or 7 of the French team I had to unfriend just now. They're not going to bring any value to my business because I can't sign them up. Yeah. And I'm not doing 3-way calls for them or anything like that. So it's not against them. So I want you guys to stop adding each other as friends on Facebook. You know, don't become friends on Facebook, because what happens is when you're posting, then all you're doing is you're seeing each other's posts all the time, and it's not getting to the right prospects. So as you go through your list, it's okay to unfriend. You know, maybe keep just your directs or people that you are doing 3-way calls for, because when they put people into 3-way messages, it's often tricky if you're not friends on Facebook. Yeah. So people that are actively you're doing 3-way for, if you've got teams or your directs, but the rest, we're still friends. Okay. But it doesn't mean we have to be publicly friends on Facebook. It's not a big deal. Okay. Like the messages are not a big deal. So just wanted to make that really clear. Don't get offended. All right. Or vice versa with that. Any more questions that we've got at all on this? Did anyone be honest? Did you get stuck and hardly send any messages? Who was scared? Who was felt really icky about it? Like open up and let us know. Anyone want to open up and say anything? Unmute themselves? No, you were all confident, all great, sending them all. Yeah, good, good, good. Don't be scared to unmute yourselves as well if you
Hey,
want to.
Laura.
Hey, Chris-Anne.
You're right. To be fair, I really just want to say, really enjoyed that you've done this because I've been stuck in my head for the past like week almost, saying tomorrow I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to sit down, pick up my phone, just send out 10 messages. So the fact that like I literally called this call as like, I need to just jump on the call and do it and not get in my head. I've sent out more messages than I've probably sent out in the past month. And that was because I was just stuck in my head. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you for doing it. And I bet there's others as well that have been like having the same conversation and putting it off for days on end. So yeah, it's been a great call.
Great, Chris-Anne, and thank you for saying that because it's funny, a few of us were deciding on the calls for the new year and we were going to do it after the new year. And then I called Laura earlier. I said, Laura, let's just do it today. We're like, we haven't told anyone. Let's just do it. Come on, let's get everybody on, those that want to show up now, because it's that funny period where we should be self-led and just be doing it anyway. But I know sometimes when we do stuff as a team and you feel that confidence that's what the community is about in network marketing. You know, this isn't a traditional business where you have to do it yourself. Yes, we've got to do the work ourselves, but this is why we encourage people to come on calls, show up to events, because how much more confidence was it to be able to do it together? And I know that I would probably have got distracted if I was doing this on my own and the kids wanted something because I'm on the call. It was like, no, guys, I'm on the call with the team. I have to do this now. So, yeah, I think it's been great. And I think we'll be doing a lot more of this kind of stuff. Okay, if you've messaged someone a few times and they've not responded and you've commented on their posts as well, would you just unfriend and add another person? So, personally, I would. And the reason being is like, I don't want to chase anybody. I see what we have got as a gift and for something wonderful. And if somebody is point blank ignoring, or anybody that's rude, or anybody that just doesn't give any love back, you know, unless I think I really want them in this business, you know, I know they're amazing and one day they will. But if it's just somebody that's like, whatever, yeah, I personally just unfriend. I don't block anybody because it doesn't mean they're bad people. But if I need room for more, then yeah, why not? Okay, that's fine. Just make room for others, I would say. And don't keep high. You know, if you've done it 5, 6, 7 times and somebody's obviously seeing a message and they're ignoring you, they maybe just don't want to talk to you. Don't take it personally. It's all right. Okay. They maybe got other stuff going on. I literally just did it, was told not to overthink it. Brilliant. I know how to send messages, but don't know where to send details, to send these details from if I have people interested. Okay, so you know how to send the messages to start. Yeah, and then if people, once you get into a conversation, keep it human. You know, listen, I've got something I really, you know, this might be of great benefit to you. Well, what is it? Oh, it's actually a visual thing. You know, there's a call tonight at 8 p.m. or there's a recording, a video that explains how it all works. I'd love to share it with you. Have a look. You know, you've got nothing to lose. You know, have a little look. Let me know what you think. And if you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. That's it. And if you go into school in under exposure tools, there are great recordings that you can use. All of them in there are good and up to date. Let's go through. I get to overthink. So how long should we wait to reach back out with someone that we did not hear from? Laura, do you want to pick up on that one?
Yeah, I mean, there's no rule, right? Like you could message them again tomorrow, you could come back in a week. That it's really up to you. And I would say it depends on the relationship you have. But for me, if somebody who I'm excited to hear from messages me, I'm not just going to ignore them and not reply to them for ages. So if they're not replying to you, I wouldn't work too hard to get people to reply to you. Because when you're sending messages at volume like this, and especially if you're somebody who's been sending 50, like I know that Nikki Nash, for example, she will, when she's on it, she's sending 50 messages a day. That's how it is. That at that time, perhaps it might feel at times like I'm running out of people to talk to. Like, I can understand that. But if for me, even for example, I feel like I do a lot of things. I just sent over 100 messages today, and I'm like, I'm not ever going to run out of people because I've got so many people in my phone book, so many people on social media, so many people other places that I'm not even really pausing to notice whether they've replied or not. I'm just replying to the ones who replied back and then keeping on starting new conversations. And I think this is a really key point about the 100 active conversations is it's not about what messaging 100 people per day. It's about having 100 back and forth exchanges active at any one time. So if today was the first day you've ever done this, and it's okay if it was, or maybe it's the first day for a while, what that means is those people don't go on our track, or they don't go on my tracker until they've replied back to me. What's funny is when I do this, every time without fail, at least 5 or 6 people will reply to me saying, how funny, I was just thinking about you earlier. Or how funny, I've been thinking of messaging you lately. Or I saw a glimpse of blah, blah, blah. And that I'm in their minds. And then when I've messaged them, they're like, oh, so I don't need to worry about how long before I reach back out to people. I would say if you are concerned about the people that you're messaging who aren't replying, you're probably not messaging enough people. So I just say message more people, keep moving, and you just won't even notice the ones that don't reply. And over time, if you really feel like you've got extra spare time, you can come back around. And then that's where you might start to distance yourself from certain people or realize there's not really the connection there that you thought there was.
I love that, Laura. And one thing I want to say, when we did this last year, some people sent out so many messages, they then became a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of replies that came. So you need to judge that yourself and the amount of time that you've got. So some people might send 100 messages over the next 2 days, and you might only get 10 people that reply. So that's 10 people added to your open conversation list. Now, some of those may then continue to reply 3, 4, 5 a week later, because remember, not everyone's glued to their phone like we are. Yeah, some people only open it up once a week to have a look. So out of those 100 that we send in the next 48 hours, 10 might reply in the next 24, another 10 may reply over the next week or 2. There we've got 10 to 20 people to add to our list. Now what you can then do is you can, because that's a manageable amount, yeah, you're going to continue conversations with those 10 to 20 people that replied with the aim to ask the right questions to then invite them to a presentation or to a video. But at the same time, you also want to be doing an amount of new conversations every single day, because if to do 100, you got 20 open conversations, you need to do another 100 to get another 20 open conversations. Yeah. So it doesn't mean you have to have this 100 list of open conversations in the next 24 hours that might overwhelm you. Okay. Because we've all got different amounts of time. So maybe you're going to do today and tomorrow, we're going hard because we want to get those conversations started for the new year. So we're adding to this list of people that reply and we're continuing to talk to them. Every day we're doing a few new ones. It might be 10, 20, 30 as we're building that up. The idea really, I would say, is over the next 30 days, okay, 30 days, that you have got a list of 100 active conversations going that you can flow with. Not that you need 100 active conversations 24 hours. You'll be going mad with 100 people messaging you all the time. So you need to really be heavy, first of all. Some of you might get everyone reply. Not many do. Some only get 5 out of 100 reply. But then later on, we can start to look at this. Like, why are they not replying to you? You know, like maybe we need to work on our social media. Who is the kind of people you've got on there? When we're expanding and we're going to start to add new people eventually, once we've got through the warm market, are we actually adding the right people that are going to talk to us? But that's stuff that we can worry about later. Right now, we've all got hundreds of people between our phone books, Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else that we can build this list up. So that's why I don't want you to get overwhelmed with it. When you feel like I can't cope, stop with the new, continue with those if they're good conversations. But if some just turn into friend zone, all you're doing is chit-chatting about the weather, you need to set boundaries there. 2, 3 conversations back and forth, and you really need to be letting them know what you're doing and inviting them to look at something. Okay? And then you don't want one person wasting your whole day. You get these people that spend hours telling you all their troubles and all their life, and you feel sorry for them. So you're trying to make them feel better. Remember, especially during the 90 days, we are nobody's shrink. We're not there to, talk about people's like serious, personal problems. People might touch on it, but you need to learn how to pivot away from that and stop the conversation in a nice way. Okay, so this is I just want you to feel okay with this and not overwhelmed with it. I hope that's helped everybody, just kind of explaining that with 100 conversations. Someone I haven't spoken to in years, they said they were thinking about me today. I love this. What's the easiest way of keeping track of everyone? We're all different. I tell you what, I have a pad and a pen, and I literally keep adding to my list, yeah, of people, writing them down, and then I have my highlighters. I've actually got myself, where are they? Kids have probably stolen them. Yes, they have already. They were in my drawer. A pack of highlighter pens. And if I send a link over, like an invite to an op call or a link for a video, I actually highlight it in green because it makes me think they're like hot, like ready to go kind of sort of thing. So I highlight it in green. I just cross them out if it's a complete no, and I don't think it's going to be a comeback. And when I send the link with the green highlighter next to it, I remind myself, I know I need to follow them up. Yeah, because I've sent them that yesterday. I put the date next to it, like sent the link today. I know by tomorrow, if they haven't got back to me, I need to go back to them. Yeah. And then I just put a tick to whatever the next thing is. I put notes. Other people use a spreadsheet. Okay. For me, I find it too time consuming opening up my spreadsheet, writing my list, putting in my names. But I know there's other people that love to do it that way. Some people use a pad and pen, and then before bed every night, they will update it on a spreadsheet or once a week or every couple of days. So do what feels best for you if you're techie or old school. Anyone else want to add to that?
I want to say just what I was just trying to type it then, but whatever you do, just keep it really, really simple. And those of you with brains that are like mine, that are all over the place, no one system is ever going to be the system. Like if you are somebody who's bought a planner every single year and thought this is the planner that's going to change your life, and then you're like, oh, that planner never got opened, or I only ever wrote in 3 pages of it, the likelihood is that you're going to be very excited by a new system, a spreadsheet, a template, a new notepad, new pens, whatever it is, and you're going to keep jumping. It doesn't matter if you keep changing systems, as long as you don't spend loads of time getting anything set up, and as long as you know where your list is. So for me now, the default that I'm using, I'm doing 2 key things that are working really well for me. Is number one is I'm using the Notes app in my phone. I'm an iPhone person, and I can just, because that list is with me everywhere. And if you are an Apple user with lots of devices, it syncs across all of your devices, which is great. Sorry, non-Apple people. I'm sure you have another version of that if you are Android. And then the second thing I'm doing is with my hot people, when I've got a list of hot people that I want to make sure I don't forget, because I do get panicked about that and overwhelmed, I text them to my sponsor, who my sponsor is Laura. So I'll send a list to Laura just of first names, just saying these are the people, this is the, she doesn't need to reply to it or say anything. It's just my way of holding myself accountable so that somebody else is seeing it. And so I love it when other people do that with me, because it helps me as the sponsor be able to support them as well, to say, how are you doing with Jenny or Chris or whoever it is that they're saying they want to speak to. It's a really great way to do it without getting too involved.
Love it. And Jennifer's put, I like my whiteboard. And do you know what? I love a whiteboard. And I haven't used one the whole of last year. And I just bought a little one the other day for my wall. And I tell you what I put on my whiteboard, because I have too many names to go on a full whiteboard. So on my whiteboard, if they're like really hot, or I really want them, or I'm like, I just want to work with this person, I kind of have it as a goal, like chicken list, we call it sometimes, or, I have that list up there of people, because maybe it's a list of 10, 20 people that you really want in your business. And it's like, I'm going to get them in 2026. But it reminds me with, say, those 20 people, to keep engaging with them like every day or every couple of days, keep liking and commenting. So even if maybe they're in another business, it's not their thing right now, I'm just making sure that these 20 people or 10 people, I'm always at the forefront of their mind. So if anything changes in their life, that they remember me. So it's just like, it might only be a like and a comment every now and then on something, because they've said no right now sometimes, but I'm still like, I know one day they're going to join, sort of thing.
I like that as well. But what people, I know that people will hear that and be like, oh, I need to go and get a whiteboard. Well, I would want a really cheap hack to that I absolutely love. And I've just remembered I've got upstairs. I've now, my new house that I've moved into, I've got giant doors that are all glass. And I bought chalk pens. So you can write on glass or mirrors with chalk pens. So if you have a big full-length mirror somewhere, if you have big windows or even a small window near where your workspace is, you can write your hot list or whatever it is, your people that have replied to you on there, if just anywhere, so that then you can transfer it. And I love writing on things like glass. Again, for my brain, it's like a real like, oh, it kind of feels like I'm breaking the rules. I'm not supposed to be writing on the glass, but I am writing on the glass. It feels really, really cool to do that. You can get all different colors and they polish off. You clean the windows into the process. So it's good. Win-win.
I love that. And this is really important, what Laura's just said. What we often do is we come on training calls and we think we buy all the bits. So we buy the highlighters and we buy the calendar and we buy the new notepad. Nikki Nash and I have been the worst at doing this, haven't we, Nikki? I buy a new diary, another notepad, and we're like, we need to get organized. You know, there's so many papers left in our book, but we go and buy a fresh one because we think it's going to change something. It doesn't. They're all wonderful things to have, but we often think that makes us feel like we're working. Yes, we need to prepare, but there's always like alternatives that don't cost. You know, it's as simple as that. You've all got notes in your phone. And, you know, just take the action, get on the calls, take the action on the calls, get people on presentations and use your uplines to help you. Nikki, do you want to say anything before we break this call? Our little machine there that's not been well. Nikki actually food poisoned herself from Christmas dinner. So she's been in bed for a couple of days.
Oh, yeah, I was just trying to unmute. I don't really know what I've got to say. I just went and found my whiteboard and I've just had to throw it out because I think my granddaughter scribbled all over it and it won't come off. It's in the pen that you don't use. I was going to show my whiteboard on here, but I've had to throw that out now, so I have to get another one. But yeah, I haven't bought a diary this year either. I just thought I'm not doing it. I buy one. I've got about 30 anyway that I haven't even used from other years. But no, I haven't really got anything to say, to be honest. I haven't spoke for so long, so I lost my voice at Christmas. Then I got food poisoning, and I feel like I haven't worked properly. So I'm just so glad I come on this call, and I've done all those messages then, and I'm just going to make sure I get on all of them because otherwise you get distracted with other things, and then you don't end up doing intentional work. You might do quarter of the work you would do if you got on the call. So just try and plug into all the calls. Really, that's all I want to say.
Thank you so much, Nick, for that. And I'm glad to see you feeling better.
Thank
Okay,
you.
are we all done? I think we're all done now, aren't we? No
There's
more
one
questions.
more thing in the chat, Laura, that I think
Yeah.
might be worth addressing. Beth, I'm glad you're here on this call. Beth said that's where she struggles, just saying I've got something you would benefit from for people who are replying. And those close to her tend to be skeptical and ask, what is it? How long will it take, etc. And she starts to over-explain. Any advice you want to give to that?
I think this is where we really have to stop ourselves. As soon as people say, well, what is it? Say, listen, it's a visual thing. Like I could explain it to you, but I'm not going to explain it as well as this video did, as this recording did, as this call would. So, you know, just jump on this or listen to this and it's going to explain it fully to you. And I'm sure you'll have questions and I can answer them afterwards. They'll say, well, what is it? And if they go on and on and on because they know you really well, just tell me or I'm not going to watch it. You know, you can say, look, it's a way to make money. It's a great way to travel smarter. You know, just have a look at it because I know you'll be excited. Don't even try and say the travel and money if you don't have to, but we know what some friends and family are like. So be human. What you don't want to do is start going, well, it's a travel club, and if you get 3 people in, it will cover your membership, and it's got AI, and it does this, and it does that. That's over explaining. So you can say little things to pique their interest if they're a travel lover or you know they love making money or they're entrepreneurial. You know, if I know somebody that's entrepreneur, I'll say, listen, I've got the best business. You should see this pay plan. Like you need to have a look at it. And the product attached to it's great too. Have a look at it. You know, if there's somebody else that I know that loves to go on their holidays, listen, I've got something you're going to love. I know you love your holidays. You need to take a look at it. Well, what is it? Well, this explains it better. So we can mention those words, but then don't go into it. Yeah, we really have got those tools to help you. So keep it nice and simple. I'm excited. I'm so excited because we're really getting prepped, aren't we? We're really getting prepped. Right, same time tomorrow. We will do this call again. I'm thinking I'm just going to upload it into School today. Why not? So those that want to do it themselves can, and into the chats, and we can tag people in it. If you've been on the call and you've got value, if you have a team, tag them, okay, in School, but tag them in School. Don't go and share it with everybody individually. Okay, the reason I want you to do that is you want to start to teach your team where to find things. Okay, so tag them, and you can then send them a private message and say, hey, check out in school what I've just tagged you in. Because now you're getting them to be self-led leaders, because you've not got time to send them everything through the 90-day run. So start now. Hey, I've just tagged you in something in school. You need to have a look at that. I've just jumped off a call and I got so much value from it. Yeah, and the more of your team that you get to do this, the better it's going to be. And then again, we'll repeat again tomorrow, which is slightly different, taking us to the next steps of it. Yeah. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. Love you all lots. Remember, we're just at the beginning. If you keep doing the work, where you're going to be this time next year. See you all soon. Bye, guys.